Hello and welcome to the video. Today we have another narrated short story and the start of a new series, one inspired by WarHammer 40K, where we will follow our main character through his ordeals across a military campaign against an alien scourge. It will be a 5-part series, so if you haven't already, consider subscribing to follow along. Also, if you could hit that like button and comment any feedback you have, it would really help me out. Otherwise, on with the tale. Letters to the Dark Part 1, written and narrated by Henry Tello. 9th of August, 2527. Dear Mother and Father, I am recording this message to you today as I believe our collective anger, frustration and fear may have subsided somewhat. By my calculations, it has been 2 months since I left. I know neither of you wanted me to go, but I'll say it again, I couldn't not join up. The opportunity to serve the galactic worlds was too tantalizing. What did you expect? The GW is so big these days, how else was I going to make my mark? By living out my days on the farm? You have 4 other sons to do that, Father. Maybe that would have been the safer thing to do, but we all know I was never suited to that life. The 4 of them are all somehow both smarter and stupider than I. No, I needed to make my own way in life. This opportunity couldn't have come at a more perfect time. By the way, we are only permitted to send one of these audio files home every so often, so I'll try and put in as much detail as I can. My PDP, or personal data pad, should translate everything I'm saying into written format as well, so I'll send you both versions. Oh, and can you please forward this on to Mary Beth on my behalf? I've already asked for Mr. Hofstein's permission to write Mary Beth, so Father, you can relax. We are currently aboard the GWN frigate Passive World. All Navy vessels are she's apparently. She's a Mark 42 Cook-class vessel, perfect for troop transport and light ship-to-ship combat, so I'm told. I've been enlisted into the 1501st Infantry Corps, SCC 24, Company Echo A1 FT 124, which is a mouthful, I know. I still don't quite understand how everything works, but I do know there are currently 350,000 troops on the Passive World, not including naval staff, and 6 of her class in the fleet. There are also another 20 ships accompanying the jump group, engineering and science vessels, medical transports, food production and waste management cruisers, and, of course, the heavy-hitting vessels made purely for fighting, like the GWN Dreadnought Sunless World. I was told by the medical staff that first gave us our all clear to join up that for every soldier being sent, there are 5 support staff operating in different roles within the fleet. I'm bad at mathematics, but I think that's a total of over 10 million souls in the fleet. I'm certainly not going to get lonely while I'm out in the black. We have another 2 months voyage until we are out of range of all the important solar bodies. I asked our drill instructor why we couldn't simply make the wormhole closer to Earth. Golly, I got a smack on the nose for that one. Apparently, the wormholes can mess up the gravitational pull of the planets and shift things out of whack. That would be bad, so we have to get far enough away that the effect is negligible. It gives us the perfect amount of time to train up and become real soldiers by the time we are ready for the fleet to jump. Our training has been tough. There was no hand-holding or coddling. We were straight into the crap. Excuse my language. We all started out as cadets, officer cadets to be precise. But Father, you will be proud of me. I made 2nd lieutenant almost right out of the gate. Really, anyone who paid attention in basic school and could see up from down should have been able to make this rank. But for some reason, the boys listened to me, and in the drills, our fire teams came first out of the bunch. Fire teams are groups of about 11 or 12 guys. There's 1 second lieutenant in charge, that's me, 8 light riflemen, and 2 guys operating the revolving beam focuser. We've played around with the mock weapons, but I still don't quite understand the difference between them all. There are a lot. I was chatting with one of the combat engineers the other day, and he had so many toys. Father, you would have been in awe of the tech. Expanse Major Joseph Typhoon, the man in charge of the entire fleet, issued a bulletin to our PDPs the other day, explaining all the critical mission goals for this jump action. Our plan is simple. We do our jump at the scheduled time, enter the Faraday system, and proceed to the fourth closest planet to the Faraday Sun, K1-IL. There we sync our orbits, and all the ships get into their designated locations. Then comes the LD, landing day, which is yet to be determined. The passive world and the rest of the infantry corps frigates will land all in one go. The ships have been designed in such a way that once we land, they will be transformed into satellite cities all on their own. They will get unfolded and set up and be nearly self-sufficient in a matter of hours. It's an engineering marvel. The infantry and mechanized corps' initial tasks are to retake the Rosenium facility, the whole reason we are here in the first place, build and secure all the FOBs, forward operating bases, that are required of us, then finally, to ensure the road networks between the FOBs are secure so the engineering corps can get to work. All in all, there will be 6 of these pop-up cities around the facility, providing defensive lines in and out. The FOBs will be further out than the cities. Those are the first line of defense against the grubs. Finally, once everyone else has landed, the second phase of the plan can go ahead. It's called the Grub Extermination Phase, and it's exactly what it sounds like. We finish the job by means of killing every single grub we come across. With victory for the GW under our belts, we will all be brought home safely. Typhoon reckons we should be in and out within 6 months, which would mean I'd be home within the year. But that doesn't bother me. I'll have finished off my fair share of grubs by that point. The grubs! I can't believe I haven't told you about the grubs yet. We only have preliminary scans and a few garbled transmissions from the now dead science team that was originally on planet K1-IL. The team, God rest their souls, stopped transmitting about a year ago. So says the head geek, Lieutenant General Dank Garth, who's in charge of the science teams. Dank Garth. What a name. He's from one of the colonies out there in the void. I don't know how a colony bum like that got to be head of the science teams. Anyway, apparently Rosenium, the mineral they found on K1-IL in abundance, is what we use to open wormholes. Therefore, it is insanely important for the GW that we get as much as we can. Otherwise, humanity's expansion into the galaxy will just grind to a halt. The facility on K1-IL was originally built for a scouting mission until they discovered the motherlode of Rosenium. Shortly after they found it, the grubs started showing up. We call them grubs, but they look more like rocky primates to me. Like I mentioned, we don't have great footage of them or anything like that. They walk, albeit hunched over, on 2 feet, and have 2 sets of arms, 4 in total, that hang almost to the ground. The beast's skin looks like dark, jagged stone, and the head, if we can call it that, looks like a pointed rock. They honestly don't seem enough of a threat to send a lot of us down there, but Geek Garth says they are no laughing matter. Whatever, the 1501st will land with our boots on the necks of those grubs, no problem. I can't wait to share this adventure with you all. I've been taking as many pictures as I can on my PDP, but I'm not sure how many they will allow us to send through. Either way, I'll have so much to show you when I get back. Don't worry, Ma, Mary Beth, I'm with a great group of guys. We've already gotten to know each other quite well. It's funny, I never struggled to make friends, but these connections feel stronger somehow. We're all from around the same area too. Apparently it's good for morale to keep men with similar backgrounds together. Helps with team cohesion, says Lieutenant Stripes, my boss. He's great too. He has protected us a number of times already from the drill instructors. Now those men I could do without. They are cruel. I'd even go so far as to call them arses. Apologies for the language. But I can see why they are tough on us. We have learned so much so quickly. Also, the gentleman at the recruiting office said that honourably discharged members of the GW Armed Forces are recommended for job roles even above final educated people back home. Father, that would mean saving a decade's worth of credits for you and Ma. You can use that money to send one of the others to final school, or have an actual retirement. That's not even including all the credits I'll be sending back while I'm away. The communications may be splotchy through the wormhole, but money can always be transferred. Isn't that funny? Anyway, this message is already stretching on. I'll record you another one before we prepare for our jump. I don't think they will allow us proper correspondence until we're on the other side of the wormhole anyway. Security reasons and all that. I love you, Mother, Father. I love you, Mary Beth. P.S. Tell the other idiots I love them too. 12th of October 2527. Dear Mother and Father, what a wild 2 months it has been. We have learned so much more than I thought was possible. Me and the boys aren't learned types by any means. Ah, speak for yourself. Shut it. Sorry, that's Guts. He's one of our RBFCs. That's rotating beam focuser crew. They're more brawn than brains. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, we are now a fully trained military unit. We received our bars last week. I got a special one for being second lieutenant. I now know all about light rifles. Well, in such a way that I can take them apart, clean and repair them, and put them back together. I still don't understand the science behind them, but I sure know how to use them. We're training with the real things now. They have a surprising kick for a laser weapon. Nothing like the ballistic shotgun or rifle you have, Father, but still quite a kick. Brrm! Then a quick change of the battery case, and you're good to go again. The engineers are even offering rewards if your fire teams bring back the battery casings. That way they can recharge them, rather than fabricating all new ones. We can get off nearly 30 volleys in 60 seconds, which is the second best in our SCC. Guts and Bones have the most fun though. The rotating beam focuser is a crazy piece of kit. It has a longer burst so you can get more than one target per shot, and an 8-drum magazine for longer sustained fire. Only downside is it's bloody heavy, sorry for the language. And you need to split the ammo load between 2 people if you're going to do much firing. The command structure also makes a bit more sense now, although it's just best to follow orders from anyone more senior than yourself. That usually keeps you out of trouble. We have the different corps: infantry, mechanized, engineering, medical and naval. Each one has a sort of separate job, but we all work together to get the mission done. A corps, commanded by a major general, is separated into sub-corps classes, SCCs, commanded by a colonel. In our corps there are about 6 SCCs. Then there are the companies within the SCCs, commanded by a major. Finally, there are the fire teams, commanded by a captain, then lieutenant, then me, second lieutenant. We have about 650 fire teams per company. I still forget most of our senior officers' names, but I'm sure I'll learn them eventually. Block your ears, Ma, Mary Beth, just for a second. We've mainly trained to be warriors, Father, to fight and take positions effectively, to be tough, tougher than I even thought possible. They've starved us, they've turned the gravity on the ship way up, they've drilled us day after day. Now, Mary Beth, listen to this. These months of hard work have paid off. I'm as strong as an ox, and I've grown 3 inches, if you can believe it. Something to do with the gravity on the ships helps speed up growth, I guess. They have also given us our shots for free. I'm sure you'll like that, Ma. Plus, everyone fleet-wide gets a PLD, or personal locating device, injected into their arm. That way, the brass will be able to keep an eye on us to make sure we're being used as effectively as possible. While we've been preparing, the grubs have been growing too. Apparently, their numbers have been steadily increasing. It's nothing to be alarmed about, but the geeks don't have any answers at this stage. Typhoon assured us that the second they know anything, we will, so at least there's that. The longer we've been out here in the black, the more me and the boys are itching for some action. I feel as ready as I'll ever be. I know what my job is, I know how to do it. I'm gonna do you all so proud. And besides, what are these grubs gonna do? They can't be much worse than the wolves and coyotes that threaten the flock back home. It's our job to protect those in the Spire and eventually rid this world of those grubs. Oh, the Spire is the largest city on K1-IL, so called because the processing plant will be a tall tower at its centre. More importantly, it's where the Rosenium facility will be located. Gotta protect that at all costs. In the end, it's why we're out here in the black. The pride of the GW rests on our shoulders, and it will be through our sacrifices that the GW will continue to grow. Never thought I'd hear myself say something like that, but you know what? It's true. I don't even think the basic education system taught us to have enough pride for living within the galactic worlds. Humanity is blessed with the opportunity to spread its wings galactically. You must be the most proud parents to have one of your children serving in the GWAF. What an honour it has been to come this far. I was even wrong about the colony guys. They aren't half bad. They do all have shocking names, of course. My guess is to set themselves apart from us folk from the central planets. But either way, most of them are fine people. I really miss you, Mary Beth. I've thought about you every night since I left. Ooh, Mary Beth, will you marry me? Shut it, Guts. Sorry about him again. Some of the brass mentioned that once we're on the other side of the wormhole, we'll be able to receive messages and all sorts of communications. Then I might be able to open a private channel with you. Wouldn't that be nice? Mother, Father, I don't regret my decision for joining up, even if I am underage. They treat me like a man here, and that's all I care about. I'm going to be one of the first humans to fight and destroy the alien scourge infesting a planet that is rightfully ours. We have 5 days till our jump. I've been told that we all have a full pass until then. So, I'm gonna drink, yes ma, I drink now, and party, and cheers to the sweet, glorious GW. Don't worry, I'm not gambling yet. All the older guys do, but it doesn't make sense to me. All my hard-earned wages are going back to you guys, to make your lives easier. That's only because you ain't smart enough to win, Pipsqueak. Thanks, Guts. That's my nickname, by the way, due to the fact that I was as thin as a beanpole when I joined up. It doesn't make much sense now. We are all nearly the same height and weight, which is funny. Any nickname related to stature is basically redundant now. Anyway, I better get going. We're eating real meat for dinner. I love you all so much. Next time we chat, I'll be an interstellar traveller. Isn't that crazy? Goodbye. P.S. Mary Beth, I love you the most. That was Letters to the Dark Part 1. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and comment any feedback you have, and consider subscribing as there will be more content to come. This was a Telltale. Thanks for watching.